also genuinely tired as fuck. But that's why I've got this. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on here, but I'm new here. I'm new to TikTok Live at least. So, we're being real. But I'm going to put this to the side because I want to focus. How's it going? I'm coming to you from our Red Sky studio. We've announced today that Red Sky, my album, my first independent album in over a decade, is going to be released on April 21st, which is so close to 420, but just a day late. Go-to coffee. I'm just kind of more of like an espresso guy, so I'm a Nespresso guy. And to be fair, I don't really give a shit. Like, bad coffee is better than no coffee. I literally found a sleeve of Nespresso pods in my cabinet that are all completely outdated, and it doesn't matter.
I'm living your honesty.
That's where we're at, making music, doing stuff. Thanks for all the likes. I have a secret goal. My last live, I think we got 80,000 likes, which sounds so douchey and like, oh, look at me, I got 80,000 likes. But I have a secret goal to like beat that this go around. So I'm just gonna be chilling here until we get more. Why does that? I'm gonna start covering my face when that happens. Let's see. 100,000 likes, bet. Yeah, why not, right? Let's see if we can make it happen, Where are you with that sunshine? Well, our Red Sky headquarters, the place where I decided to sort of like bring this album to life, is in a beautiful area in Southern California. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, in the woods, in the mountains, which made making friends, and keeping friends very difficult. But it made making an album beautiful. It's been absolutely stunning scenery to look at every day. I'm surrounded by wildlife. I got peacocks that live just down the street. We got a donkey that sounds off at about 4 p.m. every day, which is great. We got roosters that are going off kind of all day. I don't know if they have a clock, really. Most roosters, I feel like, do. These don't. They kind of just like, they don't run on any kind of natural rhythm. What else? A couple of rattlesnakes visited the studio while we were working on the album. I had to handle a few of them myself, so I faced a lot of fears making this album. When people ask me what the scariest thing I did making this album, what I should tell them is the truth. And that is, the rattlesnakes were scary, but not nearly as scary as the bat that found its way into one of the buildings on our studio lot here. And to be fair, I got a call from co-pilot Val over here, and she was like, "There's a bat in the house," and I was like, "Sounds like a you problem." And I went to I went to check it out, and I was there, emotional support. So I feel like I contributed, but I definitely was useless in the grand scheme of things. So it was a cute little bat too. It was scared shitless. It just like played dead for like 30 minutes. It was fine. It flew away. But yeah, we're back to the bat story. So there you go. Oh, you love my song Suitcase. Thank you so much. That's Val's favorite song from Storyline. I'll let you guys know Storyline backwards and forwards. Rip that one up. Missouri. How are you, Missouri? Good to see you. Can't wait to come back to Wisconsin. Hey, got a question about, okay, so is the deconstruction of the aircraft a metaphor of reconstruction of your mental state? So I don't know if you caught the hints. I don't know if you've seen the comments that I posted. So cat underscore is asking about, I just put out a music video for the song that just came out at midnight last night called Normal, which is anything but normal for me, if I'm being honest. It's kind of a new style of song. So is the song that came with it, which is Lonely Loves Me. But the video for Normal takes place in like an airplane graveyard of sorts. What we wanted was Normal. There's a lot of little secret Easter eggs in Normal, if I can tell you about them real quick. So Normal, the song, I can't wait for you to hear it. If you haven't heard it already, please go listen to it. Also, I announced that my album is coming out. So if you feel so inclined, feel free to give me a pre-save. That really helps us, by the way. Even as much as you think it won't help or won't matter, every pre-save matters, always counts and always helps. So thank you. Normal, the video takes place in an airplane graveyard. I talked a lot on the last album about airplanes, aviation, flying in general, the feeling of flying. And I liked, it was definitely an intentional thing to put me singing the song Normal in a place where it felt like we were deconstructing the past to reconstruct the future, or build the future. Sometimes it's good to just kind of start from scratch. Um, so yeah, so it wasn't intentional. I almost did not recognize you. I don't know. I don't know why. I've always looked like this since I was 15. Thanks for the compass necklace. Appreciate that. Or noticing the compass necklace. I love this thing. Ever since I got it, I'm always talking about following your true north, and I feel like this album's kind of been the theme of this album is about that. So, um, yeah. Um, the filters are out of control. There's got to be a way for me to turn this off, right? I know that I'm new here. I know I'm a rookie, and I know that I am obviously, I look like I don't know what I'm doing. I know that I just like, this says I haven't been on TikTok Live very much because I haven't. Um, yeah, it's out of control. There's got to be a way to turn that shit off. Hey, birthday buddies. Love that. That's really cool. Wait a minute. Red Sky Vinyl? Stay tuned. I've seen you twice. Once with an X. So sorry. And once with one of your besties, and it was one of the best shows ever. Well, that's great. You should come back to another show. You should come back and get an update with your bestie and make new besties. Because that's what we love about shows. Connections. Yeah. Hey, Newport Beach. Good to see you. Wait, I'm getting educated. This is great. Oh, they aren't filters. They're GIFs. They're GIFs. All right. Well, agree to disagree. We all say things differently. Yo, I miss Cape Cod, man. I got a friend that actually lives up there. I have a few friends that live up there, and they've been back and forth, and I've been wanting to go. I miss playing shows up there. Really miss shows at the Melody Tent. So yeah, that was really fun. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of the Melody Tent. Can I just tell you about it? It's like a giant circus tent, permanent. It's a concert venue, but it's like a giant circus tent, and the stage spins. So we get to actually play in the middle, which is I really love shows in the round. They're so much fun. The energy is insane. I get to run around. I don't have to just face one way the whole time. It's great for my OCP, my ADD, all the above. Yeah. So that's cool. You live like 20 minutes from the Melody Tent. Sweet. You know what I'm talking about. You've probably been there, right? It's so sick. It's so cool. They have another one too. They have two of them, and we've played both of them. Two of them that I know of. I wish there were more. I honestly wish there was like a Melody Tent in every state. I would play that in a heartbeat. So much fun, those shows. Do I have any pets? Yes, I have my favorite dogs on the planet. I'm biased. I've got a retired racing greyhound. He's getting up in age. He's like 13 now, but he's doing really good. He's the sweetest, laziest, and still one of the fastest dogs I've ever seen in person. And then I've got a little Whippet Beagle mix. Her name is Ella. She's my little protector. She's my security staff, and my therapy dog. She's so good at yeah. She's really good at, like, she can tell when I'm like in the studio and like frustrated, and she like comes between me and the computer and just like puts a paw on me and is like, "Hey, you want to take a break?" You know, gotta love that. Dogs are great. Anything exciting happening today so far? Yeah, usual. What is it, Thursday? Usual Thursday, you know. Announced my album coming out in April. Um, you know, just that, and I guess two new songs too. Put out two new songs today, so that's that too. You know, that's no big deal. Oh, and we put out a music video. There's that too. You know, no big deal. um, are you going to tour again? Absolutely. Yeah, I really miss touring. Really miss doing shows. Um, yeah, let me know where you guys are at, because you're the reason we tour, and I'd love to come see some of you guys. No, I realized that I actually have never. That's the brutal honesty, right? That's what really gets it. I realized that I've actually never sang this song before. Please, let's see here. Okay, I think I'm. This is how Lonely Loves Me was actually. This is what it sounded like as a demo. It was just this guitar, this tuning, and this voice. I once was the one. I don't know if any of you sing a lot, but have you ever opened your mouth to sing and you hear it and you're just like, what the hell is that noise that I'm making? Because it's not what I expected to make. Oh, now I'm just moderately insecure. Gonna warm up in front of 300 people. But we're in the age of honesty. Thanks for coming to my poetry hour, by the way. I once was the one coming home to come undone, playing house with someone who loved to run. Fell in love with a lie, wish I could tell you why. Chase it time after time, but it's not enough. I've turned falling apart to a timeless work of art. I keep breaking into pieces like it's healthy, like I need it. Where the hell did I go wrong? 'Cause I love doesn't love me. Curse the stars I'm wishing on. 'Cause I don't love lonely, but lonely loves me. How do I change? Stop the spiral, break the chain. Am I the only one to blame in the end? I've done everything I can. Am I stuck with who I am? Can a tide turn back around? If it can it be now? Where the hell did I go wrong? 'Cause I love doesn't love me. I curse the stars I'm wishing on. I don't love lonely, but lonely loves me. That's the extent to which I'm comfortable playing that. That's actually the whole song. So yeah. Thanks for hanging out. God, Wildcard is like so out of my range right now. I mean, if I were singing for 3 hours, it'd be different, but not today. So, actually, that's a good point. I'm gonna take this out. Better. We'll see. Can you hear me? I gotta get back to work. I appreciate that. Thanks for the honesty. Thanks for hanging out, though. Glad to have you. Let's see here. What else? Do you guys have any questions about it? Any of you guys? We had an incredible morning, by the way. I really appreciate everybody tuning in for the. We did a really fun Spotify live. I've never done that before. That was really fun. Got to talk about the album, talk about the music. bring bring somebody asked country or pop on Red Sky. You have a lot to catch up on, and I'll put it this way. Red Sky is me if I were a genre. It's me as a genre. It is me being my genre. You'll see. There's a little bit of everything. So yeah, but clearly we have a lot to catch up on. So I can't wait to catch you up. I can't wait for you to hear all of it and see what I mean. It's always so difficult to like answer that question because it's like, it's not, you know what I mean? Like it's not, I don't know. I don't think that way. Let's see. I have a lot of rock oriented songs. That's fun. Speaking of not being able to think that way, they're actually ironically, like this album kind of started as like an alternative rock leaning album. 'Cause it was originally like I called it like the evil twin to my last album, which was Wild Blue. But as it turned out, it kind of just became its own thing. At first, it was part of a trilogy. And I think now Red Sky has kind of just become its own thing, own world to live in. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. So, yeah. I don't know. It's been a really, really, really fun process to go from like, to go from like only really doing like one thing or a few things to really getting to do all the other things musically that I've wanted to do for a long time. Red Sky was kind of my chance to do that. So, so there you go. I know, I so appreciate everybody asking for the tour, by the way. I would love to. Fun fact about this guitar. So I'm a Martin ambassador, so Martin, plug your ears. But I went on a solo trip, actually at the beginning of this process, at the beginning of making this album. And God, this would have been like 2018. I guess it was before making this project. It was kind of the midway point for the last album. And so I'm going to show you the back of this thing because this thing is incredible. But I like taking solo trips just randomly to kind of hit reset and recharge after I've worked on an album, or if I'm like in the middle of an album. I don't know. I've come to really value reset time and like not vacation necessarily, but like kind of forced focus. And in some cases, like, it's been to focus on the album, and in some cases it's been a very concentrated effort to get my mind off of working. So I went to Hawaii. I went to the Big Island by myself, and it was a beautiful trip. It was absolutely breathtaking. And I went in like March. It was right as like One Heartbreak was coming out, I think, or something like that. But I like to take these solo trips, and the habit is, I've got to make sure I bring a musical instrument. And lately, on solo trips, I've been not taking a musical instrument because I've found musical instruments in places, and I like finding things because they always have a story, and they always have, which, by the way, I see the hand on my wall. This is a prototype, by the way. If it looks like it's not working, that's because it's not working yet. It is a prototype. I'll explain that later. But first day on this trip, I walked by this store that had a bunch of acoustic guitars and ukuleles, and I was looking through the window and they were closed. So I went and grabbed coffee next door, and as I was walking back by, the owner or the person who runs it was literally unlocking the shop. And I asked if I could go in. They were like, absolutely. They were super nice. They were so nice. And so I went in, and there were a couple of like ukuleles that caught my eye, but they were way out of what I was budget. And then I saw this, and I know a lot of people who play Cordobas, but I saw this, and it was absolutely beautiful. Seemingly, kind of one thing, but then the back is this is technically two pieces of wood split down the middle, but this is all kind of the same wood. And I've never seen anything. I want to say it's like tiger or something. Tiger. I don't know, somebody in the comments is likely to know more about this than I am, but I just fell in love with the finish of it, and it sounds great too. I've written a lot of things on it. I want to say that's the trip that I started One Heartbreak on. I wrote this whole like journal entry, and then I ended up writing a song called One Heartbreak Closer to You. So there you go. Somebody's asking about the track listing on the album, which is coming out April 21st. You can go pre-save it now. Track listing follows the 12 steps of the hero's journey, because I've seen so many like movies and like really cool, just like, I don't know, yeah, like Disney movies and like just timeless works of art kind of work around the hero's journey. And I think one of the biggest messages of this album is something that was given to me as a statement, and I sort of like took it on and processed it and decided that I wanted the album's theme to be about becoming the hero in your own journey, you know? So yeah, it was placed in order of the hero's journey. So the whole thing, if you look right now, the track listing has finally been leaked and everybody gets to see it. And that's what it is. It follows the hero's journey, which kind of helped me glue all the songs together, because this project is an amalgamation of like 3 different albums. So, yeah, fun stuff. So, there you go. Do you still play the accordion? I haven't picked the accordion up in probably 5-7 years, something like that. Thanks for the gifts, guys. I appreciate it. This is great. Where did you film a music video? For Normal, and Sober, and Someone Will, and others. We went out to the middle of the desert. There was this really cool location that had everything. It had this really cool like old house that fit the vibe of Red Sky. It was out in the desert. There was like Joshua trees everywhere. It was also, there's like other sets that you'll see from this location later down the road, but there was also like an airplane graveyard. And we all looked at that and thought, yep, that's where we need to spend some time. So yeah, so it was a really cool location. We were there for 3 days. I've never experienced this before. Normally music videos take like 2 days to film per video. We filmed 5 music videos in 3 days. It was absolutely stunning. Great team. Like, everybody was just having fun. We basically improv'd a lot of stuff. Somebody asks about my pilot's license. Thanks for asking. I took a break from that last year. I logged a lot of hours last year. And then I think Wobbly Complete, we were working on Wobbly Complete, so I decided to take a break. Got a few more, well, I guess that was the year before. Shit. Last year, got a few hours logged. But I like to focus on that, because there's a lot of important details, and that's not something, art's something I can leave and walk back, you know, leave and come back to anytime, and, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But this is, piloting is very serious, so I do it seasonally, and I haven't really gotten my license yet. I will one day. I will, and I'm really close. But yeah, I decided to put it on pause and focus on what I was doing. So, yeah. I actually have taken Val flying. I'm the reason that she almost missed an international flight.
Yeah,
And
tell that story.
somehow we still work together. I have no idea how. Okay, let me tell the story. So, one of my good buddies, one of my best like flying buddies, lives out in the Salt Lake City area. So last year, one of our last shows was in the Salt Lake City area. And he texted me, he was like, hey man, if you want to go up and, you know, get some hours in or go fly around the next day, you know, weather permitting, let's go, you know, get some hours in. So played the show, I think Saturday night, Sunday morning. Val, my manager, by the way, for context. So my manager had a flight to Paris from Salt Lake City. And he was like, yeah, we'll go for like a sunrise flight. We'll do this. We'll go to this place. And then we'll drop you off at the international sort of airport. You know, anyway, long story short, it was an incredible morning. We flew around Bryce Canyon, kind of saw the edge of like Mount Zion National Park. And it was just incredible. Yeah, we were a few minutes getting back to Salt Lake City, because the one thing you don't do in, you know, GA, General Aviation, is rush. And, you know, we were facing some headwinds and some things we didn't plan for, so we got on the ground just in time to rush her to her terminal. But the only bummer is that we missed a very important window, which is for an international flight, you have to check your bags in. What is it, an hour before you leave or an hour before you board? I think it's an hour before you leave. An hour before the plane door closes. And we'd made the 45-minute window, which is the domestic window, but internationally, they say that it has to be an hour before. And we missed that. So I dropped off Val, and it took all her bags back with me. And she went to Europe for a really fun hiking trip without her luggage. Which you figured it out. You got a lot of it. You figured it out. Anyway, somehow we still work together and we're still friends. So that's great. You know, it really shows you that anything is possible. Anything is possible. Somebody asked me if I write everything. Yes, I write everything that I work on. I play on everything I work on. I produce or co-produce everything that I work on. There's only been a few songs in my career that I didn't write, and I'll never play them again live. It's not because I don't love them. I love the songs. I just think that, I don't know, I love writing music. I feel more connected to the music that I write, and I feel like that gives me, I don't know, more connection to the music that I'm playing on stage, and it just allows me to be more present. And I don't know, it's just my choice. Like it's a per artist, per person thing, and that's I like writing. I like the art of interpreting feelings and turning them into a song, and playing them live. That's where my heart is. So it's part of my thing. You covered "Dear God," sick. For well over a year. Well, I can't wait to see it. I have to see it. I don't have a wife, so I guess the follow-up question, answer to that question is I don't have any songs about my wife because there is no wife. So naturally, there's no songs about her. I guess there might be a few songs about her. I don't know if I don't know her yet, and I don't know if she knows me yet, or if she knows the songs. I don't know. I'm just making shit up at this point. I always look so stupid reading comments and trying to do this at the same time. How nice. Everybody's got somebody with me. Yeah, we still, that's gone on to become other songs, too. We were talking about today how, Dream Vacation. Yes, please, I'll talk about it. I actually got to recently book a show in Hawaii, which I'm really excited about. If you live in the Honolulu area, I'll be seeing you in a few weeks. I'm very excited about that. And I don't know, might make a little trip out of it because I've been wanting to go back for the longest time, and it's been way too long. What does that say? Hawaii's humid. I'm from Louisiana, so, it's very subjective at this point. How many times have I been on tour? I'm so used to doing 200 shows a year, and I did that for 10 years, that the last few years have been a real adjustment for me. I honestly feel like because of not being able to play live shows over the past few years, that's what's helped me sort of like grow in my personal growth. I put it off for the longest time, like all the therapy, all the stuff, put it off. Thanks for the fireworks. How are you? I'm great. How are you? Is that for mint? Is that for you? Is that meant for you is what I was trying to say. I need more coffee. So not touring was very difficult for me, but looks like we might be getting back to a little bit more playing shows and doing the good stuff. Secret shows. Yeah, maybe. I've been watching, there's a band that I love, that I've been watching recently, and they've been doing these pop-up shows where they will go in the middle of their big tour, which is through like big rooms and arenas and stuff. They've been like popping in to like places that they used to play like on their first tour, and playing like just one album, and that sounds really fun to me. Even though I'm only like 4 albums into this, I feel like it'd be really fun to go do a show and just play the debut record, or just play Storyline, or just play Wild Blue. We did that once. I've only played Wild Blue once, for people. The other time was a concert like taping that we did, which was really fun. I think it'd be really fun. So if you guys are into that, feel free to let me know. Also, text me if that's what you want us to do, or comment on my last Instagram post because it helps engagement. It would be fun, right? I think it'd be really fun, but like a surprise. Like I wouldn't tell anybody. Like I'd book the venue, I'd tell you guys about the show, and then we'd just like play whatever said album, you know? It would be really funny to do the 21 Project because we could do every song 3 times in a row, all 7 songs. I don't know. That would actually probably get annoying after a while. Yeah. Stressful, maybe. Is this stressful? Is that what you're saying? Oh, that's great that you guys would hear Storyline again. That makes me really happy. I appreciate that. I miss playing that album. That album was so much fun to make. It was like it wasn't like, I'm not going to call it a rock record because it had a lot of like country bluegrass stuff on it. But there were some kind of rock-ish moments. You know, we had like Secret Love, If You Think You Know Somebody. Parts of Flashlight I thought were really kind of fun and rock and rolly. Yo, Grand Junction was a blast. Thanks for coming to that show. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Jet Black Mustang is an old song that I have played once, and no one will let me forget the fact that I have played it and I have never released it. Tends to happen with some songs. So sorry. But, you know, justice for Jet Black Mustang. I love you guys so much. You make my life. Baton Rouge, how are you doing? Speaking of humid. Yeah. Grizzly Rose. Yeah, that was another one. Bibles and Bourbon. I wish someone would cut Bibles and Bourbon. I feel like it's like I've passed the point in my story where I can sing that song, but I really wish someone would sing Bibles and Bourbon. I loved writing that song. I loved who I wrote it with. Someone's got to... I would just love someone to do that. Hearts and Rockets. That's an old one, man. That one's like 15, 16, 17 years old, something like that. Oh man, somebody mentioned Invisible. That makes me... I love any time anybody mentions Invisible because that was the song that went up against all odds, you know? That wasn't the song that they were looking for, like the label was looking for to go to radio at the time, and we did, and like the Grammys let me premiere it on the Grammys and like introduce it on the Grammys, and yeah, it was a really special night. Got to meet a lot of my heroes that night in the hallways of the Grammys are insane. Like insane. Like the people you just like walk by, and like I think we like randomly walked by and just like introduced ourselves to like Dave Grohl. Jay-Z was just like hanging outside of the dressing room. Ran into Lindsey Buckingham from Fleetwood Mac, which was really funny because I asked him for a picture and he was like, sure. And then he came out like 2 minutes later and was like, hey, I think his daughter like wanted a picture or something. So we like got to like chat again. It was life made. Anyway, Port in the Storm. Thank you for bringing that one back. Yeah. It's not that I forget about these songs. It's just that I write like 100 I write with a lot of different co-writers, and some stuff I write by myself, but I write with a lot of people, and we write like 100 songs for every album. My favorite album that I've made, and this is no bullshit, is this one. That's why it took so long. There were so many things that I loved that I was like, you know, either afraid to do or didn't think I was allowed to do or didn't think people would like be okay with me doing, that I just had to do it and embrace it. And that's why it became my favorite. It's become my favorite album. I honestly think that every album that you work on as an artist should be your favorite album, you know, when it comes out. And then you go and try to beat it. You decide the areas in which you want to best that album and go raise the bar, go grow, go get better, be better, do better, etc. So, yeah. Oh, thanks for saying that about What If I Do. Fun fact, there are 2 versions of What If I Do. One of them was going to be on this album, but I don't think it's right for the album. So, dude, a duet with Blue Eyes would be sick. I'm definitely a big fan of that. Big fan of Blue Eyes. Yeah. Also Betty Who. I mean, I could go down a very, very long list of people that I'm a fan of and want to work with. So, happy birthday month, if it's your birthday month. I hope you're celebrating. Would love to do something with Elton. We'll see. Fingers crossed. By the way, I just want to shout out. This is not me dropping a name. This is me saying it's always really cool when you look up to artists and you meet them and they just go above and beyond your expectations of them as people. Elton's one of those people. He has been a mentor for a lot of artists, but me included, and has spoken a lot of really encouraging things into my life, and we've had a lot of really frank conversations, and he's helped me. He's given me a lot of great career advice, and gotta just absolutely love the fact that an icon and a legend like that is still human enough to just to talk to new artists and encourage them, because I still feel like I'm a new artist even though I've been doing this for, I guess, 12 years. So yeah. Oh, you look so content. I'm happy for you. Thank you. I can't see you, but I hope you look content too. I hope you're happy. I'm just happy to be done with this album. We've worked on it for so freaking long. It's nice to finally be able to talk about a release date and et cetera, et cetera. Hey, that's really cool. Somebody said their boyfriend produced one of our shows and said we were great to work with. So big success. Love that. Man, we're lucky, dude. We get to make music for people. It just doesn't get much better than that. Everybody should enjoy the show day, man. We all got into this business. Well, I don't know. Most of the people that I work with got into this business because they love music, and I don't know. I feel like that's the heart of what we do, and we should be happy making music. Everybody should be happy doing what they do. They should love doing what they do, and they should enjoy it, So, there you go. Oh, better than this. What a good throwback. I appreciate that. Fan since 2012. I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around. Got a lot of new music for you. So, stay tuned. We will be going on tour at some point. Yes, I have no idea when. I do know when. I kind of know when. It depends. Touring post-COVID, by the way, is very difficult. Incredibly. The most difficult. I've toured since I was 5 years old. I don't think it's ever been as difficult as it is right now. So, we're figuring that out. Jesse McCartney collab. We did it. We were on stage together. Hey, Sam. I'm sipping coffee. If I knew how to work this shit, I'd bring you in, but I'm kind of terrified. Sam Derosa, ladies and gentlemen, my brilliant co-writer, somebody I'm a huge fan of, that I get to write normal with, and hopefully we'll get to write a lot more songs together in the future.
I don't know how to bring her either.
I don't know how to do it. I feel Sam came, just for context, I texted Sam and I was like, yo, would you be down to talk about the song with me? We can do some TikToks, and do some social media. I thought I was being real smart and real cool. And she was like, yeah, I'll come over. She comes over and we did 15 minutes. I think we got 50 pieces of content. She was just walking around with her phone. She's like, okay, now do this. We made 178 TikToks together. I have never been so impressed with someone's social media skills. It was really inspiring. All right, let's see. Let's figure this out. I might have to put my AirPods in for this.
Well, hi. Can you hear me?
What are you up to today? Were you in a session?
Hi, I can hear you. I had 3 meetings today, and then my session just got canceled, so I literally just got home.
Is it, what, okay, question. Season of life you're in, are you in the season of life where you're really happy when someone cancels a session? Or are you devastated when someone cancels a session?
I love being canceled on. I love it.
It's weird how that happens, right? Like it's like at first it's terrifying, and then you're just like, thank God I get a break.
Yeah, like
Or I don't know if that's your experience.
I've been watching Criminal Minds, so this is my time to do that tonight, basically.
That's great. Is that your like series that you're catching up on right now?
No, I just started it. Everybody told me to get back into it, so I did. Also, I love how many people love you. Look at all these beautiful comments.
I'm so grateful that I get to exist inside of a community that is so warm and compassionate and kind and like loves music and people who make music.
It's
Like
so
we're all
cool. I
just
love that they even care about the songwriters. Thank you, everyone. Your fans are so nice, Hunter. They've sent me messages and comments, and I've been like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. They're so nice.
love, 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 love. Hey, how was the how you went to the Grammys, right?
I did. I lost to Michael Bublé, but it was fun.
You know, you were nominated.
Yeah.
That's a win. That's a huge win. I know
So,
I would have preferred for you to win. I
thank you.
love Michael, but like please.
Hey,
I'm kidding.
honestly, I cried when Michael Bublé got a fiance years ago, so like I really do love him. But it would
Yeah.
have been cool to win. But honestly, Michael Bublé has a great voice. That's okay. But yeah.
Yeah. Um
Also,
but
hi
how
Mal.
was your Grammy experience? This wasn't your first Grammy experience, was it? Or was it?
I went years ago through something called Grammy U, where
Oh yeah.
if anybody on here is actually curious about going to the Grammys, this is good to know. Grammy U, like university, Google that. Grammy U. You can basically apply to get in as like a college program, and they offer a chance for you to get tickets to the Grammys, and that's how I went years ago. And
Mm,
then I became a member of the Recording Academy 2 years ago. I got accepted, and so now I vote. But when Pentatonics got nominated, obviously I wrote the song, so I got to go, which was cool.
sick.
Yeah.
How was it this year? It felt like it was an interesting energy on the other side of the lens. I don't know what it was like
Really?
there.
I
Yeah.
felt like the show felt fun, and it felt like all the artists. This is what was cool. Watching like Adele and Lizzo sitting at a table getting progressively more drunk and just having the best time together as besties was watching like when Beyonce won the award and broke the record, Adele actually went running over to her table when the camera shut off. Like they were best friends. It was so cute. And
That's
I
so
saw
sweet.
Taylor Swift dancing the whole night. And obviously, I love Taylor Swift and I love Harry Styles. So watching that was fun. But I thought the energy was really good. It was really fun. I have a feeling, sir, that you will be up there again sometime soon. So everybody vote for Hunter Hayes. 421.
Fingers
The album's
fingers
coming,
crossed.
honey.
Fingers crossed. Well, I'm really excited that our song came out today. It was really cool to see last night. I definitely stayed up late. I was like exhausted, so I was like could barely keep my eyes open. But um, it's been really cool to see people's response to normal. I don't know if you've seen any of it, but the response has been like overwhelming. How people have taken it as their own and like related it to their own story. Like I think everybody's connected with it in their own like super like unique and like individual way, which is like always the dream for a song. And I was like, I've been hoping for this song since the day we wrote it. Um, and yeah, it's been really fun to see people like kind of take it as their own. I don't know if you've seen
Yeah.
the other. Yeah,
No, I've been seeing so many people even in your comments because you have so many beautiful love songs. I see people actually commenting in here and I love it that people are like someone asked if you still play the accordion. Do you play the accordion?
yeah.
Where don't you play? You're like
That
Prince.
was
It's
that was
crazy.
how I got. That's how I got into this industry.
Oh my gosh.
as
Also,
a
I saw
as a
this.
4 year old.
Oh my God, I love that so much. Also, to H Beck, for what it's worth, I saw a question for you, Hunter, about Big Time Rush, but I'm actually writing with Big Time Rush soon, so I love boy bands, but
Sick.
yeah, pretty fun. But I saw these comments. This is so fun. I just think it's so cool that you have so many love songs that have resonated with people. Like people are commenting how you were a part of their wedding, and I think now it's so fun that you have these songs about the changes in your life for those people who might need songs that aren't necessarily love songs, that are like self-love songs or about your journey.
Mm.
And just to bring it back to your album, that's why I'm so excited for people to hear this side of you because I love it so much.
Thanks for saying that, dude.
I'd vote for you for president. So like honestly, it's anything. If you write a cookbook, I'll buy it. You know.
I worship you. You're the best. Oh my God. Um, yeah, it is really fun to like, be there for people's wedding and be there for the divorce too. You know what I mean? Like just like have
Oh
songs for everything.
yeah,
Like,
I literally joke. I tell people I'm like, I have a song for your funeral, your divorce, your wedding, whatever you're feeling. I got it. You know. And I
yeah,
think
yeah.
it's like a way to give everybody a hug for the best and worst moments of their lives. Like you, Hunter Hayes, may not be able to physically be there and high five them or hug them, but your music is. So it's a metaphorical hug. I think that's what is such a gift about being able to write songs, you know?
Always here. Always here. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to take up too much more of your life, but I just wanted to thank you for making me a part of such a special song. Thank you, everyone, for listening to Normal. Please listen to all of his songs; they're all so good. And I love seeing the comments on here. People are saying that your music saved their lives, and that is really something that shouldn't go unnoticed. So you rock, you slay.
Best.
In the words of Paris Hilton, you're sliving, which means you're slaying and living. So go for it.
Love. Sam, it's so good to have you. Thanks for joining. You're the best. You're the
My
best. All
pleasure.
the love.
I'm also like you, and I have no idea how this works, so I'm just gonna leave the live and see if that lets me exit. But
We'll
if
find out.
otherwise, you'll see some criminal minds. So go off. But
Sick.
to everybody, thank you for listening to Normal. Thank you all. Support Hunter in every way you can. Tell your friends, tell your dogs, your cousins. Just have everyone stream. That's what we need. Okay.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Thanks, Sam.
You.
All the
Bye.
love. Oh, she's the best. I'm so glad that worked out. Yay for new things. I was so terrified to try to figure out how to bring her out alive. I was scared shitless. So I'm glad that worked out. I'm going to answer a few more questions before we jump off. And do tell your dogs. She's 100% right. Share it with your pets because your pets need good music too. I mean, I don't know. Some people think it's good music. I don't know. I'm proud of it. Yeah. Let's see. Why aren't you in country music? Have you listened to the music? I think you might like it. It's a little bit of everything. Anyway, you'll see. When you listen to it, you'll get it. I've struggled to explain it to people for several years, but I think when they listen to it, everybody's like, "Oh, I see what you're doing now." Just making my own genre. A little bit of everything, combining all the things I love. You might love it too. You know what I mean? How many songs didn't make it to Red Sky? 50, 60, 70? 60, 70, 57, 64. I don't know. It's somewhere between 50 and 75. We write a lot of music for these albums. You want to write the best version of everything you possibly can. And every now and then you just I don't know. You find it, you catch it, and you're just like, all right, that's the song. And then sometimes it takes 5 different songs to write an idea, or not write an idea. I don't share the same idea with different songwriters, but sometimes to get a part of the record that you really want, try it a few different times, see if it works, Justice for track 16. I love it. Well, I mean, that's the fun part. So there's a lot of songs that didn't make it to Red Sky, but the fun part about the world we're living in right now, I can kind of put out music whenever, regardless of, whether it's attached to an album. We've kind of tried it a few times. And there's always, extended versions of albums, but there's always just putting stuff out. I'd love to, honestly, part of me really wants to release some of the demos from this album, just as a Road to Red Sky kind of journal documentary type, musical documentary, if you will. And this is not any hints. This is just me dreaming, but you never know. So somebody said, why did you stop doing music for so long? I did not. I've been doing it. I haven't taken a break since March. I've taken a 2-day break and a 4-day break. That's about what we've done. We've been working on this record. So that's why I'm so excited about it. That's why I'm promoting the shit out of it, because I really want you to hear it. Yeah. So really, really excited. Well, we're getting really close to 100,000 likes, so I kind of just want to hang out until that happens. I don't know, just see if it works. So close, man. So close. You guys are the best. I'm I don't deserve you. I'm so grateful.
You're influencing well.
Am I influencing?
Yeah.
Am I influencing? Am I influencing? Cole and Ella are great. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate that. They really appreciate it. They couldn't care less about what I'm up to, but they're grateful that you asked. Listening to Normal right now. Hell yeah. Thank you. Acoustic album. Glad you mentioned that. I would really like to do acoustic versions of some of these songs, maybe all of them. So stay tuned. I always really like when albums come out and then There's like acoustic versions of the album because I think it just allows everybody to I don't know, kind of listen in whatever headspace they're in, whatever emotion you're going through, et cetera, et cetera. Love your hair. Thank you to myself. um, album cover photo. Actually, can I give the credit? So, 100,000 likes. You guys are too much. I don't deserve you. I love you endlessly. Um, I want to give credit. I got to work with a guy named Andrew Zaya is a creative director that worked on this album. He's worked on a lot of different albums and a lot of different like campaigns, and he's been part of the music industry, and he's been a part of like legendary projects. Um, he and his team and my team and Val and Jack have all been Sammy have all been responsible for um, building the world around Red Sky because I've really wanted a world for Red Sky. We wanted a world for every album, and I think Wild Blue, I started to try it, and Brenton and I worked really hard on that, and then on this album, we had a whole team dedicated to the visuals, whether it be the photo shoots, the still images, the everything from like the wardrobe to like the scenery that you see. Like we had all these like rules. We had this like not a rule book, but we had this rule book that we followed to create the Red Sky world. And Andrew just had this really cool idea, and it was really neat because the red line across my eyes, it wasn't like an intentional reference necessarily, but the more we talked about it, the more it reminded us of an old black and white. And hear me out, fans. I think like I don't know. I've been excited to tell all of you this because I don't know. I feel like you guys would really appreciate the intentionality behind this. But some of the old like black and white horror movies